sorry for the slightly delayed start. Find an earlier time because apparently I have been prescribed modafinil or Provigil for my hypersomnia and or potential narcolepsy. So let's see, I'm not sure this is the... Yeah. Okay. Sorry, just trying to make sure that... Yeah, okay. Making sure I had it in the right orientation. So after like 35 years of always feeling somewhat sleepy, somewhat tired, even if I can't get to sleep, I'm actually awake. It's really kind of weird and kind of nice too. So let me bring up the comments just in case somebody feels like chatting with me. Alrighty. So let's get these a little more separated into proper pairs. All right, from the outside to the inside, outside to the inside, outside to the inside, outside to the inside, out to in, and out to in. I noticed that my channel view has been dropping way down. Of course, then again, I need to do more shorts because YouTube loves its shorts because it's trying to cannibalize TikTok. So I'll try and do those to get my views up, but I also figured it'd be a good idea to get my brain functioning while I'm trying to do this. Be a good idea to have more mixed up content so it's not just always takadai streams. So I'm trying to get the Maru-dai streams again. If you guys have suggestions for braids you would like me to do, feel free to leave a comment. I prefer the comment over a chat for the braids you'd like to see done so that I can go back and review it down the road and quickly find it. Chats I know on YouTube are preserved and I can go back into it, but it's much easier if it's a comment. Alrighty. And move this where I can see a little better. I don't have to stare quite as far. Sorry for the bump to the microphone. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, almost forgot our starting point. So we are at 2 3/4 to the lip of that cone there in length. Let's see how much we can get in about an hour. Do a quick check. See if anybody's talking on Rumble. No, not apparently not, though we do have 2 people looking there. Weirdly enough, okay, there we go. Looking through here, I got an email today telling me that the takadai stream 54 was not going to be monetized, and somehow it failed and needs to be re-uploaded. But when I looked at it, it looked like it uploaded. I was able to watch part of it. And they did have kind of a warning about not reusing material. And it's like, this is all my original stuff. It's a live stream. How is it not original material? But it didn't say that as a specific reason. It was just kind of a warning that you should make sure that you are using original content. And I'm not sure why they would include that if it's not one of the reasons why they didn't allow it. Okay, so out to in, 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 and out to in. There we go. Color pairings match up there, so I didn't screw that one up. and right to left, and left to right. But yeah, it's actually really kind of nice after so long of being tired all the time to have something that just, I'm awake. I'm not like jumpy, jittery, full of energy, hyper, just anything you'd expect for like potentially an effect of a stimulant. I'm just not sleepy. So I'm rather happy about that. And right to left, and left to right. Got to remember to tension these when I do that, or it doesn't have even tension when I'm done. Okay. And Nick Ricada was in Philly this weekend. He's actually, I believe, still here, or still in Philly. And while I'm not in Philly, I'm fairly close. So I was able to get to the show, got to meet him in person, and the lovely Lady Rackets. Got to chat with him a little bit, not as much as I'd like to, but the after show bar crawl was kind of weird. The first place we went to after the show, before even everybody got there, the bar they picked, apparently, for some reason, the bartender decided to just walk out and leave the place unlocked. So when people got there, there was nobody there. So a couple of people from the group, since that business had 2 locations, called the other location and let them know that there was nobody there and the door was unlocked. And they weren't planning on like doing anything, but they wanted to let them know so that they could come. Guy showed up from the other place and said, "Yeah, I got to kick y'all out," which is perfectly reasonable if they don't have the staffing for it. But then we had to find another place, so we walked in the rain. I was able to hold an umbrella, since I was one of the few people who brought one, over Nick and Lady Rackets, and got to chat with them a little bit. That was kind of nice. And Lady Rackets let me know she really liked the braid I did for Nick, and I 3D printed a hairpiece for her, which she also liked. And I am going to be sending her a Marudai once I get it made. So anyway, all in all, it was a pretty good weekend for me. I wasn't tired. I was able to go do things I wanted. And I'm going to have to like unlearn my my anti-tiredness coping strategies, because they aren't really all that productive unless you absolutely need them to stay awake. It's more like I'll be very, very slightly productive rather than trying to be productive and then fall asleep. But I figure as a result of actually being awake, I should probably make sure that I get a little more sleep to counteract it, because it's not going to, I'm not going to have the tiredness issue. And I want to have the actual reserves of having slept to help with that. But yeah, it's an interesting learning experience. So anyway, enough from me for a while. How are you folks doing? Got a couple people watching on YouTube and Rumble. All right, let me unroll some of these tama. They're getting a little high up. All right. Take a second while I'm doing that. Doesn't require a lot of concentration. I was also able to get on the elliptical for about a half hour yesterday, which was nice. So I will have a takadai braiding stream tomorrow. sorry I didn't have one Sunday. I had to do a bunch of stuff related to constable work, which just kind of took over my available time. So, but I've got most of that caught up. I do have firearms recertification this upcoming Saturday, so that's going to take a little bit of my focus, but I think I can get at least an hour in every night this week up until Friday for sure. Also, my day job is switching from 5 days a week to 4 days a week coming up. Starting next week, so I'm looking forward to that. All right. Out to in, 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 and out to in. As far as the Nick Rekieta Attorney Tom height war, I can verify that Nick Rekieta is indeed very tall. How he compares to Attorney Tom, I can't say, having not met Attorney Tom in person. Hey, we're up to 4 people. Welcome to the stream. If I can answer any questions, I'll be happy to do so. I just got to lower this side of the tama now that I've exchanged everything from here to here in those last 2 moves. So after the stream tonight, one of the things I'm going to try and do is get a couple of YouTube shorts uploaded. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get the license for a video editing so I can put music into my shorts, so that one of the complaints people have that they're boring because there's no music or anything like that. Maybe that'll help improve it. Still got to get monetized relatively, or hopefully soon, or it's going to wind up hemorrhaging even more money doing this. But you got to spend some to be able to eventually earn some. And out to in, out to in, out to in, and out to in. Okay, colors are matching. That's good to see. Oh no, let me guess. Did I not say that it's not for kids? Let's see. Do a quick edit here. Public category or thumbnail. Okay, well, it's not made for kids. Okay. So you should be able to chat if you want to. I was just afraid that that might have been the reason why. All right, so we are back there. Got 4 people on YouTube, and we have 1 person on Rumble. Appreciate each and every one of you watching. It helps the channel so much. I also got a couple of likes. I see. That also helps. Alrighty. And left to right. And right to left. There we go. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. There we go. I've got to remember to pull it snug. I can forget once and very rarely twice, but if I forget more than that, the tension is not going to be even in the braid. and out to in, 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 and out to in. One annoying thing today is apparently it has started to be tick season at my work. I went to go to dump the plastic chips from the dust collection system, and there was a tick on the wire we use to keep the doors closed so they don't easily blow open from the wind and whatnot. And then on my way home, I stopped off at the grocery store to pick up those little 90-calorie tuna packs, which work great for snacks. They're high in protein, no real carbs or a little bit of fat in there, I think. I have to look at the label. And I was at self-checkout, felt something on my arm, brushed it off, and hey, there was a tick on the floor there. So yeah, my skin has been crawling a little bit since I left work today. I do not like ticks, especially since a friend of mine was about a decade back bitten by a Lone Star tick, and now he can't eat beef. And I really like beef, so I do not want that to happen to me if I can absolutely avoid it. Not that these look like Lone Star ticks, but I'm not too far. I think where I'm in Pennsylvania is kind of at the edge of their range, but again, not something I want to deal with if I don't have to. And right to left, and left to right. There we go, pull it tight. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Pull those center ones snug. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. And pull it snug. And out to in, 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 and out to in. And right to left, and right. And pull that snug. There we go. And out to in, out to in, out to in, and out to in, and out to in, and out to in. There we go. Colors paired up, looking right. Did not screw it up. And right to left, and left to right. Pull it snug. And let's see. I also have recently subscribed to a couple of 3D printer design sites so that I can print some more interesting things. One of the things I've been wanting to print now, there's an interesting 3D optical illusion from a torus. I forget the name of it. I think it begins with a Z, where when it spins at a certain rate, you see something different. Kind of like on TV shows and movies where the wagon wheels would go back. Whoops, I did not. Or did I? Okay, yeah, I did do that. Just looking weird. Okay. That's a trick of how the frame rates work. You don't see that in like real life. You only see that on TVs or whatnot when the frame rate just happens to synchronize to the right level where you get a backwards action. Speaking of interesting visual things, since I was getting ready for recertification of firearms, I've been having a chance to talk to my older sister who lives in Mississippi online a bit more than I have been prior. I mentioned the fact to her that I don't have a dominant eye, which makes aiming interesting according to traditional methods, because you're supposed to keep both eyes open, and I can't actually do that. It's not like I am physically incapable. It's just when I do, and I focus on the target and the front sight, one of them gets edited out of my vision by my brain, and it's kind of frustrating. But all the tests that, to figure out which eye is your dominant eye do not work for me. Each of my eyes kind of works independently. I mean, I can see stereoscopically just fine. And as a matter of fact, those magic eye puzzles are really easy for me. But when I am kind of focusing on independent things with each eye, my brain tends to decide how it wants to splice them together, and it's kind of like it puts in a blind spot in one eye and superimposes what the other eye is seeing over the one with the blind spot, and it doesn't work really well for aiming. Fortunately, my recertification class is based, a recertification for constable is based strictly on what I actually hit in the time frame allotted. So they may not like the fact I have one eye closed, but it's not something they can judge me on. And when I had firearms basic for constabling, the instructor had me run through a couple of the determine your dominant eye tests, and when they wouldn't work, it's like, well, okay, yeah, you can shut one eye. As long as you can hit the target reliably and not hit anything you're not supposed to, they're happy with you. Funny story, when my basic firearms class, one of the other constables there was not having a good time. Every time he was shooting, he would flinch to the point where his muzzle would drop almost to like the bottom of the berm. And when we did the shooting around barricades, he wound up shooting through the barricade, at which point they talked to him and he dropped out of the class. All right, raise the bag up here. Let's see how far we've gotten. Okay, so we were here, and stopped there. So that is how much we've added so far on this stream. I'm making good progress with that. So nobody has any questions or anything they want to chat about or just vent about life today? I mean, I'm happy to talk about anything. I just realized something. I probably have an echo in here. Let me fix that. Okay. If there was an echo, it should stop now. So I'm sorry if I was echoing. I don't know if I was or not. If anybody wants to comment on the sound quality, I'm happy to hear that. Or read that, as the case may be. Got 2 on Rumble and 3 on YouTube. Not too bad. Alrighty, so, and out to in, 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 and out to in. And, oops. Okay. Yeah, something got messed up there. Alrighty, so blue and blue. And alrighty. Okay, I think that got me back to where I was supposed to be, because we got yellow, white, black, blue, black, black, blue. Okay. That was just weird. Okay, left to right, and right to left, right to left, and then left to right, and we'll pull snug. Pattern looks good. Let's get those. Okay, so out to in, out to in, out to in, and out to in, out to in, and out to in. And right to left, and left to right. Let's pull that snug, and let's even everything up. Get those there, and move those in pairs, so they'll be ready for the next time through. All right, out to in, out to in, out to in, out to in, and out to in, and out to in. Hey, Bane, nice to see you on. Hey, no worries about being late. I know I'm a bit early for your time zone. I apologize for that. Nice to hear that the weather's improving where you are. Since you're a bit late, I'll recap the racket stuff. Nick Ricada had a show he was participating in Philly this weekend. I was able to get to it. It was a combination of the Dick Show and Who Are These Podcasts. After the show was over, I got to meet Nick in person. I got to meet the lovely Lady Rackets. She was very happy with the braid I did for Nick, the green one. And I also 3D printed a cat skull hairpiece for her, and she really liked that as well. So it was pretty nice. We had a after show bar crawl where basically we're supposed to have a meetup at a bar that was nearby. But when the people started showing up there, the door was open, but nobody was in there. It was supposed to be open for another couple hours. But apparently, the bartender that was supposed to work there, who was there earlier in the night, because the guy that showed up from the other location that that business had said that he was there when he left him, decided to just walk out and not lock the doors. So after we called the other place, and after the guy showed up, we had to find a new place. So we went to the first place was Malice, I think Malice or something like that. The second place was Bonner's, which was on the other side of the Schuylkill River. Fortunately, there's a footbridge alongside the road that crosses it. So we all walked over there. It was raining out. I was one of the few people who thought ahead and brought an umbrella. So I got to hold an umbrella for Nick and Lady Rackets on the trip. Got to talk to them for a little bit. Unfortunately, when we got to the bar, I was starting to run out of awakeness, and they did not have anything caffeinated on tap or on the menu that I could have to help stay awake. Plus, it was like really, really loud. So I went ahead and headed out then, got a selfie with the two of them, which was really nice, and headed home. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I hope that he just decided to walk off as opposed to he got robbed or something like that, or was kidnapped. That was, it's Philly, so it could have been any of those. I'm really hoping he just got annoyed or whatever and walked off. We were really nice, from what I could tell. I think one or two people got a drink, but they left like $10 on the counter each. The guy who showed up didn't seem to have any issue. We didn't make a mess, and so. Oh, also, you were. I spoke about it before you got here, but as of Saturday, I am on Provigil or modafinil. And despite somebody in a locals chat saying it's basically legalized meth, it's really nice. I don't feel jittery. I don't feel hyper. I don't feel off. I don't feel like I've taken any type of stimulant or anything like that. I'm just not sleepy. It's really, really weird and kind of nice. And I've been enjoying it this is my third day on it. I didn't have a stream yesterday because I just had too much to do in regards to getting ready for my Constable Firearms recertification. But yeah, I'm really kind of enjoying this. And as far as it's basically legalized meth, if I was looking for meth and this is what I got, I would be really, really ticked off because it's nothing like what that's supposed to be. I have no urge to like clean the floors in the house with a toothbrush for the next 25 hours or whatever. When the 12 hours or so that this stuff works seems to wear off, I just start getting to my like normal levels of sleepy and I can go to bed. I don't have any problems falling asleep now. I did have some insomnia before, and I'm sure I'll probably have some insomnia in the future, but at the dosage I'm taking, it seems to be about the right level. I'm awake, and I'm fine. I even got to spend like about a half hour on the elliptical yesterday in the morning. And it wasn't like I had a ton of energy. I was pretty tired when I was done, but I had the mental withedness and not the level of tiredness that just made it seem like too much work to do. So I was very happy about that. And there we go. Almost grabbed the wrong ones there. Anyway, sorry to keep chatting and not looking over at the chat. I apologize. Yeah, but again, it doesn't feel like a stimulant. It doesn't even feel like caffeine. I'm just awake. And that's actually kind of how the doctor described it. It's supposed to act is just somehow you're magically awake and you don't feel like you're going to fall asleep and you don't doze off on your own. But so he told me to try it two different ways. So I'm taking the whole pill in the morning for about a week, and then I'll be cutting them in half, taking half the pill in the morning and the other half at 2:00. See which one works better for my day, gives me the more consistent awakeness. Because like I said, it's getting about close to 8:00 my time, and then I start to get to my normal, I'm tired, I'm kind of sleepy. If I sit down, I could probably doze off. If I lie down, I should be able to fall asleep. Though the main difference is that when I do lie down, I actually do fall asleep fairly quickly. And that hasn't always been the case, which is, I don't know, kind of weird. If you have narcolepsy, you doze off and you don't want to, but when you do want to, you can't sleep. So, but hope I'm not too chatty and rambling. It's more like I got more mental alertness, being awake thing. So, and it's enough of a novel experience for me. I want to talk about it. Although snug. Problem is, if I'm asleep on the treadmill, I'm not actually doing exercise. I'm actually hoping that I can lose enough weight that I can stop having my foot hurt and be in better health, get my blood pressure to drop, and just be in better health to feel nice or feel normal and do the things I want to do and stick around as long as I want to stick around, which is probably the next 500 years if I can manage it, but I don't know if that'll work out. The 500 years thing is back in the 90s. I read a Time magazine article that was saying that if you can live the next 50 years, you will probably be able to live the next 500. I don't think so, but it's a nice pipe dream. They're going to have to find some way to, like, add telomeres back on, or the junk telomeres back on, so that your cells can keep staying young and dividing, and do it in a way that doesn't wind up with them becoming the immortal cancer cells that just divide and create tumors. You want useful cell division, not just rampant cell division. And I'm sure there's other things. Sorry to hear that. Though I actually, I don't know if I said I have an elliptical, which is, having used that and a treadmill, I think I get more aerobic exercise with the elliptical than I would with a treadmill. And when I'm looking for like just treadmill stuff, usually the weather where I'm at is decent enough that I can mostly do that just by walking outdoors. And the neighborhood I live in is reasonably nice, so walking around it is not a chore or major source of danger for me. And hey, I'm the constable for this area. It's my bailiwick. I should get out and be seen. No, I don't wear my uniform for that. Getting a little bit of a headache, but that's probably because I haven't had enough caffeine today. Not needing to stay awake. I haven't been taking as much of it, though I need to be careful on my tapering down. And I can't go off it entirely as far as I'm aware, because when I do, about 3 to 4 months after I'm through all the withdrawal and stuff like that, I start getting a lot of really intense migraines. And apparently, at least when I've done it a couple of times, I just need a certain amount of caffeine just to keep from getting migraines. I missed what the cellular cloth was for. Sorry about that. But my goal this week is to have a braiding stream every night. So I know Runkle is doing his stream starting at 8:30 my time, so I'm going to end probably by 8 o'clock. And Tuesday I'll have my normal takadai stream. Runkle did say I can go up to 6 feet on it. So I am going to, when I get the one sword done, I'm going to measure how much I've got, see if I've got enough for an actual set of swords, because I don't want to have to, go and then suddenly stop in the middle. And then once that's done, I got to drop these tama too. Anyway, I'll be doing that Tuesday and probably Thursday night. I think I might go ahead and do this particular Maru-dai braid Wednesday night. Friday, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. But once I get... oh, rats. I just realized I need to hit the pharmacy after I'm done with the stream. They're open till 9, so I should be able to do that. And I won't be doing one Saturday because of the training class, or recertification class. ConEd, which stands for Continuing Education, not Convicted Education or Constitutional Education. So, oops. Okay, I pulled the wrong one there. And there we go. And there. And there. And I also think I said it before you got here, but as far as the Attorney Tom Nick Rekieta height war, as far as I can tell, Nick is really tall. I have no idea about Attorney Tom. So, but yeah, Nick is at least, or he definitely looks his 6'2". And Lady Rackets was on like 4 or 5 inch tall platform heels. So she was shorter than him, but she looked a little more usual couple height differences than the difference they actually have if she's not wearing those. Hey, Jennifer, nice to see you on. Welcome to the stream again. I'm doing a Maru-dai braid tonight. I've been talking about the new anti-sleeping medicine I'm on, which is really nice. I'm actually able to stay awake, so hopefully you'll be seeing more output from me on different things. Let's see. Alrighty. Let me catch up on these. Oh, yeah, I understand what you're talking about now. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, the junk telomeres at the end of the DNA chain. So I was thinking like cell phone, not cell cells. Getting a little distracted. Actually, I think what it is that Nick is about 6'2.5", and Attorney Tom is like 6'2". So I'm on drugs. Yep, I've been on caffeine for a while, and I got a bunch of other prescription medicines I'm on. Hopefully, if I can lose weight, I'll have to be on less of them. Hey, we're up to 6 people watching. That's pretty good for a Marudai stream. Let's see, we got 3 likes. That's nice. Got 1 person watching on Rumble. So actually, I have had I actually have a moderate amount of insomnia with what I've got, because I'll be really, really tired and I'll lay down and I can't go to sleep, and that is really annoying. As someone else who suffers from insomnia, probably much more than I do, I'm sure you understand that feeling. But let's see. Okay, that's where I am in the pattern. Right to left, yeah, right to left, and left to right. But yeah, I'm taking Provigil, which the generic name is modafinil, and as the sleep doctor described it, you're not going to feel like you're taking a stimulant. You're not going to be hypery, jittery, or whatnot. You're just awake. Somehow magically, you're awake and you're not tired, which is really, really nice as somebody who's been tired for 35 years, pretty much constantly, to the point where it's like, wow, so this is what not being tired is like, was my experience with it, or is my experience with it. But yeah, I started taking it Saturday, and so this is my 3rd day on it. And so far, I don't seem to have any obvious side effects. I don't have anything out of what the ordinary I'm expected. And it's just weird not being sleepy all the time. I'm having to figure out what my coping strategies for avoiding falling asleep are actually counterproductive at this state, so I can start unlearning those. One thing that's going to help me is that I tended to like get small low calorie snacks that I could like chew on regularly, so I have something that's keeping my mouth active that would help keep me awake, and I don't seem to need that anymore. So hopefully that source of calories will be avoided in the future, and that'll help speed up my weight loss. I am already down like about a pound or 2. And I haven't really been eating as much, and I feel more full when I eat, which is kind of nice. And that'll be helpful for losing weight as well. But I think the main thing is the fact that I actually have the mental energy to exercise. I can keep that up. I should be doing pretty good once I develop the endurance levels I need. Yeah, I've had that when I turn off my CPAP machine. It's like once it stops, it's like I feel like I'm being smothered or it's sucking the air out of me after what I've done. Um, but yeah, my using the CPAP just doesn't make me more rested. Interestingly enough, my sister is also having that same thing. They had her on a CPAP for a year, and she wanted the went in to tell them it's not working, and they started to do the narcolepsy test for her, or schedule for the narcolepsy test. But they said the copay was going to be pretty expensive, and so she was trying to figure out whether or not to do it. And anyway, they wound up assuming she'd done it and billed her for it, but she hasn't actually taken the test, so she's fighting with them over that. But yeah, apparently it runs in the family, or similar things run in the family, which is not surprising because I'm sure there's a pretty heavy genetic component to it, as opposed to being an environmental type thing. Yeah, I've had times where I wake up for it because CPAP wakes me up a lot. It's not all that comfortable for me. If it wasn't for the fact that it's apparently making my migraines go from a couple times a week to about once a month, I probably wouldn't want to keep up with it either. But for that much of a migraine reduction, I'll put up with a lot of stuff, especially if it's only annoying and not painful. I do not like pain. I do things to avoid pain because kind of that's what it's designed to do. Hey, stop doing this. No, I want to keep doing it. No, I'm going to make you hurt if you do it. Oh, okay, well, I'll stop doing it. Yeah. Did I get the right ones there? No, I did not. There we go. All right, let's try that now. Yeah, we're about 48 minutes. My eyes are getting kind of a little puffy and sore, so I'm probably going to stop in just a minute. Let's see. All right. Yeah, that sounds like what a non-cataplectic narcoleptic or somebody with hypersomnia goes through, which is my tentative diagnosis right now is potential narcoleptic definite hypersomnia. Um, Hypersomnia just means you are really, really tired. Alrighty. Ow, ow. I just got a cramp in my hand. Sorry about that. My thumb wanted to pull in and wouldn't pull out. Okay, so, all right. 1, 2, and that was where we started. So we are at 3.5. So everything on here, this much length was added on with this particular stream, which is a pretty good thing for about 50 minutes. So I'm going to have to like take a picture of this so I can do a new thumbnail for the Maru-dai braiding stream so it's not this and the other Maru-dai. Again, if anybody wants to see a particular Maru-dai pattern fairly soon, please leave a comment on this stream so I can go back and see which ones people are interested in and start to schedule them in. Wasn't where Tourette's caused you to drift off and then wake back up and talk again. But oh well. Alrighty. If there's anything else, I think that's everything. Hope you guys have a nice evening. Happy braiding. Thanks again for coming to the stream. Had about probably 8 or 9 people on total over the course of the stream, which is really nice. And as always, if you can, please like, comment, and share. That really helps the channel grow. And I'm trying to do the best I can. Ah, okay, that makes sense. Being one of the ticks, yeah. Roommates former partner had what was probably Tourette's that would flare up from time to time, and he had some minor tics, but none of the weird swearing things that is the popularization of it. So, alrighty, everybody, you have a good night, happy braiding, and stay safe.